It's very interesting that in the past, banks or financial services companies in general were regarded as one of two types. You either delivered a very low cost, very efficient model with a very low customer touch, or a very high experience, high touch model which was much more expensive. I think with the advent of digital, for the first time ever we can do both of those things. Digital enables us to deliver a very low cost, efficient model, but with a great customer experience at the glass. And one of the things I really like about digital banking is you can have it when and wherever you are. If you want it at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sitting in your office, sitting in your home, sitting halfway up a mountain, you can do these things via digital technology. So I think for the first time ever, we've been able to square that circle and create a very efficient business, which also gives a very high experiential touch at the screen. Well, we start with Metro Bank, going back to 2007, when we first applied for a banking license in the UK. The regulator hadn't issued a new license for over 100 years. So to an extent, the regulator was making up the process as they were going along. Post Metro Bank, I was approached by the regulator who said that they wanted to see more banks because they thought more banks meant more competition, which meant more consumer choice. And they wanted to look at how they could shorten the process, stage gate it, reduce the amount of capital that was required. And I played a small part in that process. If we move forward to Atom Bank, there was then a new, simplified, shortened process with a smaller amount of capital required to build a bank. Now, of course, banks need access to the clearing system, and that's generally provided by one of the existing banks in the early days. Atom Bank used one of the other banks to provide clearing services, although today Atom now has its own ability to clear directly. There's a great expression in the military, which is that no plan survives first contact with the enemy. And I think in business the same holds true. No business plan survives the first day. You have an idea, but it will change and evolve all of the time. And if I look at the plan for Metro Bank, or I look at the plan for Atom Bank, they both remain true to their vision, but the way they were built evolved and changed as the market conditions changed, as technology changes, as new people come into the business and they add their ideas. One of the things I'm very proud of with Atom Bank is I look at it now and I go, was that my idea or was that somebody else's idea? It's an amalgam of everybody's good ideas. So yeah, we start off with an original plan, but that plan changes and evolves over time. And sometimes you get things right and sometimes you get things wrong. They tend not to be big things, they tend to be smaller things. Directionally, I've been pretty fortunate that most of the businesses I've started have headed in the right direction. I don't think it's a question that the existing banks are not succeeding. If one looks at their returns, their profitability, they are very profitable. Their returns on capital are not necessarily very high, which means that they are mature and not necessarily efficient businesses. But, you know, they are still some very, very big banks out there. I think there is a real opportunity for new banks to be efficient, to be agile, and to take market share from the existing banks.